let's get into the Euros, bro. We got a lot of games. We already know two teams that are guaranteed to be in. Three teams actually. Um, we got the games tomorrow. France Hungary tomorrow morning at 9. That's gonna be a tough one to get up for.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, because
Speak for yourself.
you just gotta walk down to the TV. I'm actually gonna go over to this guy's place tomorrow, which is like a 45-minute drive. So
You know I gotta set up, bro. You know I gotta set up real nice. Come on, man.
we're gonna set up the TV outside. It's gonna be a vibe. So let's start off with Group A. Italy's leading 6 points. Wales second, 4 points. Switzerland third with 1 point, and then Turkey with 0.
I mean,
We know what we said about Turkey, but anyways, we'll leave them be. I abused them last week. It was enough. But this group is honestly playing out exactly how I expected, except for I would have expected Turkey to be above Switzerland, which they still have the chance to do. But Italy, Wales were going to be my picks to make it out of the group. Shout out to Italy for another 3-0 slap up of Switzerland. Shaqiri, get out of here. Who else did they have? What's that guy's name? Their captain.
fuck, I forget.
Shaka, something like that.
Arsenal boy.
I don't remember. If he's an Arsenal boy, that's probably why I don't remember him. But
Yeah.
but yeah, this group's playing out exactly how I expected. Gareth Bale's been playing amazing. Gareth Bale's been playing amazing too so far. Me personally, I know you love the group stages. You're loving the football. You want it to last longer. I can't fucking wait for the round of 16. Like, now that my team's in, I'm kind of done with the group stages. I want to get past that. So, yeah, this group is kind of like, it's a chill group. It's kind of playing out how I expected. Any comments on Group A?
Nah, bro. Yeah, that's literally how it's supposed to go down. Like it's drawing out perfectly right now. Like Italy's supposed to deal with all these teams one by one.
They're not going to play. Can I just say, Mancini has this team running like a well-oiled ship, bro. Those motherfuckers on a leash. That game against Switzerland, bro, like, they were up 3-0, and Insigne and Berardi started messing around with the ball and trying to force plays, and this guy subbed them both off at the same time. He's like, nah, stop effing around. Like, we're winning this game. That's
I see what you mean by chip on their shoulder. Like, I see that.
They're upset, bro. They're upset by that World Cup, not making it to that World Cup last, what was that, 2018.
They're about to be more upset once they get out them group stages. That's all I gotta say.
Well, speaking of, we're talking about Group B. Belgium made it in, and they're gonna face Belgium coming out of the group. Like, guaranteed, Belgium Italy is our first matchup, most likely. That's gonna be a tough one. But I'm gonna stick with my guys, with my blood.
You better. You better.
So Group B, Belgium, I just said, 6 points leading the group, likely making it out. They're already off to the round of 16. Russia, 3 points, and Finland, 3 points tied for second. Denmark, 0 points. Tough pill to swallow after the Ericsson thing.
Yeah.
Finland and Russia, like, this is also kind of playing out how I would have picked it. I would have picked Belgium, Russia, Finland, Denmark, personally. How about you?
Same thing, like Belgium, Russia, Finland. Actually, Denmark over Russia and Finland. I'm talking shit.
Really?
Yeah. Ericsson changes that team, bro. It's like you have someone that
Facts, but like Russia and Finland always perform though. I swear, every World and Euros they always do something.
Russia's boys are kind of old, and Finland is all
Russia's
about
old.
Finland is all about chemistry. Denmark, they got players like Poulsen, Eriksson, Christensen that like, you know, they play tough games, they play hard games. So I feel like Denmark could have made something if they had that man in the middle that could, you know, pass, shoot, you know, do his thing in the middle.
Word.
That would have been different for sure. Big shout out to my man Christian Eriksen.
Group C, Netherlands 6 points, Ukraine 3, Austria 3, North Macedonia 0.
Yep.
This group I would only say like I if I was picking, I'd go Netherlands, Austria, Ukraine, North Macedonia. We also had that guy who was suspended for the racist comments. The guy from Austria between North Macedonia.
That was by far one of the dumbest things I've ever seen on national television, bro. Like we're literally in a world at the moment where we're fighting against racism, and you decide to make racist comments.
And David Alaba was gonna choke that guy, bro.
He was gonna
The
break
picture,
him.
the picture of David Alaba holding this guy's jaw and like literally pissed off was like shit. I don't. Does anybody not like David Alaba? Like I swear everybody loves that guy. Since the day he showed up, like since the day he was good on Bayern when he was young, I've always loved that guy.
My thing with David Alaba is that I always thought he was an OG. Like he always carried himself like he was a big dog.
Yeah, but he's still pretty young, isn't he? Only like 29 or something.
He's 28 or some bullshit like that, and
Yeah.
it's like
He
how
hasn't
you
been
have,
around for long, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He started in like the Mario Götze days. Remember when they had Götze and he was nice?
Yep,
Like
yep.
the
I
older
thought
days.
I thought he was gonna be like laid back, like you're not gonna hear from that guy, like yeah, whatever. But he stands up, he speaks for his team, he's captain of his national team, the
I expected
leadership-
more from him when he started his career, though. I thought he was going to be one of the best left backs in the world.
I mean, once you got people like Alfonso Davis coming in, bro, you're getting shadowed easy.
I mean, well, the thing is like Alfonso Davies to me is just the second coming of David Alaba. Like he has the same vibe, to me.
Yeah,
That
bro,
David Alaba had like when David Alaba was a rookie, people were talking about him like he's going to be the next best left back in the world. You know.
Oh, facts, right?
So-
Like, that left side was deadly. It was him and Ribery on that left side, and that was a quick ass fucking left
And
left
now
side.
they have
bro.
a kid who's even quicker, which is crazy. David Alaba, I
That's
swear he's
dumb.
playing center back for Bayern.
Yeah, from time to time, sending back. From time to time, CDM with what's that boy's name? Joshua Kimmich. Sometimes they
Kimmich
switch
can
it
play
up.
all over the pitch. I love Kimmich too. He's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, any comments on Group C?
Well, now Netherlands supposed to do their thing. Now
Yeah,
let's
they're
see.
already
I want to see how Australia and Ukraine is gonna play, because I can't even lie to you. I kind of appreciate both teams' games. Like Australia, I like the leadership. I like the
Ukraine Netherlands was one of the craziest games of the tourney, in my opinion. That's the
Yeah.
one we watched when you were at my house on
yeah,
Sunday. Crazy game.
Yep.
Which game was it where like that game had the goal of the tourney until the long goal? Who scored that long shot goal? Was that Finland? Who was that?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic? All right, bro.
Yeah.
Well, perfect transition into the next group, Group B. Czech Republic and England tied first. I told y'all England is easy cakes. Tied for first, 4 points each. Croatia with 1 point, Scotland with 1 point. Croatia, well, first of all, England, you guys should have 6 points in this group. You guys should be winning the group. But, as expected, the choke artist, king of the choke.
Oh my god, I watched the England versus Scotland game this morning, and by far the most boring soccer game I've ever watched in my entire life, or like at least one of them. England is such a boring team to watch. There's no way you guys have that much firepower, that much like talent on one team, and you're not giving me like one goal.
You know what's funny? You say there's no way. I say yes way because every single time I watch international football and England has a stacked team on paper, they never, ever, ever perform.
Fam, it's just
This
it's
is a
really
classic.
bad.
This is a classic. They make it to the round of 16 and they get eliminated right away. That's the type of England's not beating. I don't know who they're gonna face. I think they face if they finish second. Who do they face? Do they face second from Group C?
To look at my freaking bracket.
Or wait, yeah. I think they face Group C. No.
To look at my bracket. Let's see if I can find that right now.
Well, whatever. While you look for that, but yeah, shit. Congrats, Czech Republic. Y'all are tied, leading the group with England. England should be cooking right now. Croatia, eesh. I think that's a sign that team is washed.
Old.
Did
But
you watch any games? Has Croatia faced England yet or no?
no.
No, they haven't.
England faced Czech Republic
And
and
Scotland.
Scotland. So Croatia still has a kind of a chance to make it, depending on like the goal difference, but that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, Croatia,
That's gonna
damn, bro, that team. I haven't watched them play so far this tournament, but so what does that mean? It means Croatia's faced Czech Republic and Scotland, and they have one game against England remaining, right?
No, they faced England and they lost 1-0.
Oh, that was the first game.
Yeah, they faced England, they lost 1-0, and then they tied a game against Czech Republic.
Okay, true.
Yeah. They tried a game against Czech Republic. And if England was to go through, they'd face the second of my France's group, so it'd be Portugal or France, which that's not cute for England.
It'd be Portugal.
Yeah.
So that's my guess for second at least.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. So like, yeah, this group is interesting. One of the more interesting groups for sure.
One of them like interesting but boring at the same time.
Well, like I'm saying interesting because it's like, yeah, who's coming out? You know, it's kind of just like honestly, the group A is like the most like decided right now. You know what I mean? Like Turkey's got
Yeah.
0 points, Switzerland's got one, Wales has four, and Italy has six. So like that one's kind of like that one's kind of just done now. Like you know a little bit.
Mm.
Group B is kind of interesting. Belgium's obviously in, but then you know the Russia Finland thing. Same thing with Group
Mm.
C. Netherlands in, but then you got Ukraine, Austria, going
Mm.
on. Group D is like a whole mess. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's a weird one. Like I think we
It's,
know.
yeah.
I think we know it's gonna be Czech Republic and England, but like you know something weird could happen. Like
I would not be surprised, but one out, like right now, Croatia and Scotland are just one wins away from both these other teams. So
exactly. So and like Korea and one of them is gonna win that game regardless. So
yeah,
and then the other teams they have one more game. If they lose, then they're tied. Then yeah. So like basically they're guaranteed to have a tie for second place. I think.
around there, like it all depends on how it plays out,
Unless there's draws. But if somebody wins, they're guaranteed to have a draw for second.
bro. Yeah,
Because Czech Republic has to face England still, and then Croatia has to face Scotland, and that's the end of the group. No, then everybody face each other once.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So Croatia, Scotland, one person's coming out of there with a win, and if one person comes out of the win between Czech Republic and England, that means we could see England and Croatia or England and Scotland being tied for second, depending on who wins, or Czech Republic. And then if goal differential, shit, who knows? England could even finish in third because they
Hey,
only
man.
scored one goal, right? I swear they only scored one goal both games.
So like right now, I feel like this group is literally just gonna be decided on goal differences. I'd laugh so hard if England was to end up last in their group.
If England loses against Czech Republic and Croatia lights up Scotland, or vice versa, Scotland lights up Croatia, then they finish third. Which
Wow.
is crazy.
Bro, come on, man. That game was just so bad. Like they have way too much firepower on the pitch and on the bench.
Oh man, bro, I'm just looking at Group E right now. Spain is third. And you think they're gonna give Italy trouble, man? Like this is comedic. Like really, y'all think England and Spain are gonna give them trouble? Like yo, freaking Sweden's first with 4 points, which is insane. Slovakia is second with 3. Spain is first. Spain is third with 1 point. These guys have a loss and a draw. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Who did they lose against?
No, they didn't lose, bro. These teams are only at one
Oh,
game.
they're only at one game. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. No, wait. Sweden played 2. Sweden played
Sweden
2
played
games.
2. Sweden played 2, but they played the second one against Poland, I think. Oh no, they played the second one against.
Spain.
Yeah.
They tied Spain.
They tied Spain and they beat someone, but Spain's playing tomorrow.
They beat Poland. They tied Spain and beat Poland. Slovakia. Who did Slovakia? They beat someone too. Who did Slovakia beat?
Slovakia beat.
Poland. Poland lost 2 games. Is that what
I
happened?
think so. I think so.
That's
My
how
bad
the,
for me.
that's how the math's adding up. To be honest, I haven't watched any of these games. To be honest with you, people, I think I watched Spain. Sweden.
Yeah, I think that's just Slovakia beat Poland. I don't think. Yeah, Poland didn't win anything, so which is kind of sad.
Which is crazy. Do you know what my rankings were for this? Like before it started, I had Spain,
And in Poland.
Poland, yeah, Slovakia, Sweden, or like either or. Like you could flip the last 2, but I had Spain, Poland coming out the group.
Yeah, I thought so too, to be honest with you. But Lua's been getting on shut down.
But for Spain to be in third right now is crazy. They better win a game.
They haven't figured out their system too.
To me, they're another team like Germany. They don't have a finisher. They don't have a pure striker to put that ball in the net. They have Morata,
Yeah.
who had a bad game, and I think they were gonna sub him out. They're gonna switch him in the lineup for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm waiting to see what tomorrow's game is gonna look like. Cause
Oh yeah, we gotta watch that tomorrow too. Yeah, that group's interesting. Now Group F, we got Portugal and France tied with 3 points in the lead, a win each, and then Germany and Hungary obviously 0 points. Who do we got tomorrow? Portugal, Germany.
Portugal, Germany, and France, Hungary.
Well, France is on France, Hungary. Like I didn't ask about that because I know they're gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm taking Portugal over Germany. So, bro, I wouldn't be surprised I wouldn't be surprised if Germany's only win is against Hungary in this group, and uh, and and Portugal and France finishing with 9 points each. Actually, wait, no, they have to face each other too. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if it's like France with 9, Portugal with 6, Germany with 3, Hungary with 0. I see Hungary getting swept. If Hungary wins a game against anybody, it's against Germany.
I'm saying if Hungary even gets a point against anybody.
Yeah, a draw. I could see Hungary, Germany getting a draw.
Jesus Christ. I would cry.
Bro, I don't believe in Germany and Spain and like England. Like I don't think they're that nice, like me personally, but that's just me. I just think like their attack is not scary enough. And like their midfield and defense is great, but it's like it's not so great that that lack in attack they can cover for it with defense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, big
Like
time.
like I look at that old like the old Italian teams and the old German teams too, like both of them. Like you look at that old Italian team, that midfield was like always one of the best, if not the best midfield in the world every year, and that defense was usually always the best. They always usually had like the best, like one of the best keepers, best center backs, best mid in the world for years. So that them lacking in that striker position, they could cover for it because the rest was so good, so solid that like all they needed was to get one lucky goal, a little bounce off someone or some shit, and they could lock it down and hold that game to get the dub, you know, which is
Yeah.
completely different from how the team plays now. Same thing with Germany, right? Germany, like, think about how many different heroes they had. They had Götze, they had Klose, they had like all these different guys who scored that goal that got them through because they never had that main striker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you think about France when they went on the runs, when they went on the run in like Euro, it was Grisou. You know what I mean? Like Grisou got them there. Like even Grisou, I swear he was their best scorer in the last World Cup when they won the World Cup too. So like they had their guy, they had that guy who finished for them and got them to where they needed to be. All the teams that like won something had a guy, like had a guy who was doing something for them at the time. But yeah, so that's why I'm not scared of Germany and Spain because I think like their best parts are getting old. Like Germany and Spain to me look like what Italy looked like. Not the last World Cup, but the last Euro before that, the 2018 Euro. You know, it's like it's coming where it's just like in like either by next World Cup or next Euro, like your team, you got to inject new blood and like reset, or else like you're gonna fall through the cracks.
Yeah, you're not going nowhere with that.
That's how I feel about Germany and Spain. England, it's kind of just like England are like the Toronto Maple Leafs. You know, it's like on paper you guys look like you should be like probably second best after fucking France on paper, like but we are England and we just know y'all never figure it out. England's had some of the best on paper teams I've ever seen in my life, like and like they can't figure it out, bro. Like
It's crazy. It's crazy. It shocked me all the time, bro. Like today, I promise you, I watched the game and I was like, yo, this is horrible. This is bad. But for Germany, okay, I'm gonna root for Germany because after France, like they're definitely the team I like the most in this whole tournament. But France, like that first game was a rough one, so that's a lucky 3 points right there. But I want to see what Germany's gonna do against Portugal tomorrow, because that's gonna be a showdown too. Like
that's gonna be a showdown, but I'm picking Portugal, man.
I'm going with Germany, fam. Like I have to. I
I
have
think
to.
Portugal's taking that.
I mean, I want Ronaldo to.
I mean, that's gonna be the second best game of the tournament after France-Spain. Like, sorry, France-Germany. Like, other than those two games, like we haven't seen anything like final wise yet. Like, what's the next best possible matchup? Like Wales-Italy is probably the next other good matchup in any group.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, like who else? Who else is like interesting? Like who else is interesting? Not really. England doesn't have anybody. England, Croatia, and then Italy, Wales is probably like the only other two matchups that are like, oh, this is kind of interesting. But in comparison to Portugal, Germany, and Portugal, France, and France, Germany, France, Portugal, Portugal, Germany, like all those three games are like round of 16 games, like in a group. That really is the group of death. But
we'll see.
yeah,
Like I want Ronaldo to win just because like I want my rematch of that Euro, of that last Euro.
I think that is what's happening. That's my pick. I think it's gonna be Portugal France in the final.
Oh well, let's see, because Ronaldo is. It's either Ronaldo's gonna beat France again because he didn't play the last full game, that last final, and he beats them again, or he stays the full game and France shows him what the fuck is up, and then, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna go down.
Yeah, you have anything else to add to the group stages, or are we cool with that?
Nah, we should be. I just can't wait for tomorrow's games, man.
Me too, man. I'm gonna get a nice sleep tonight. Pull up. We're gonna get day drunk and just watch some games. It's gonna be lit. I love international footy. Oh my god,
Yes.
it's literally the best time of year.
Did I?